guys, how you doing? I'm here with George Bajoun from RBC, who's my trusted RBC rep that I work with on a regular basis. We just have a couple questions for George because there's a lot of things happening right now with regards to interest rates, and we also want to help better serve you and to answer all your questions. So just to kick things off, George, just wanted to cover fixed rate versus variable rate. Which one do you choose?
Yeah, that's a great question. A lot of my first-time homebuyers are always asking that question. To answer that, I mean, it really depends on the client and their comfort with risk, right? So generally speaking, first-time homebuyer, they want to make sure their cash flow is intact and their payments are the same every week or bi-weekly or every month, right?
Yeah.
So if you're buying your first home, maybe in your early 30s, and you're conscious of your cash flow, your ability to deal with fluctuations decreases, right? So you want to make sure you know what your payments are. There are no changes for the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, from the conversation I have with you, depending on how that goes, fixed might be a better option.
Right.
Someone that has bought and sold multiple times over the last 10, 15 years, their ability to deal with risk and fluctuations might be a little bit higher than a first-time home buyer, right? So
for sure.
I mean, with any RBC mortgage, you do have the option sometimes of having fixed and variable within it. So your degree of risk, you can be exposed to some risk and with a variable rate, but still have the bulk of the mortgage in a fixed rate. At the end of the day, I mean, it all depends on the particular client, their lifestyle, and their comfort with risk and fluctuations.
Right. I can tell you that when I purchased my first home, it was super important for me to know exactly what my payments were going to be. And I think for most people, it's the same thing. And I mean, mortgage rates historically are still so low. I know we keep hearing that they're going up and they're going up.
Well, that's it.
But ultimately, mortgage rates are still so good. So why wouldn't you lock in right now if you could, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and clients tell me all the time, interest rates are going up. But I mean, if you look over the last 10 years, there's still historical lows compared to when our parents bought homes.
Oh, for sure.
In the 80s.
Mortgage rates were 20%, yeah.
I mean, that being said, too, though, the purchase price was a lot lower, too. But nonetheless, though, I mean, it is still historical lows. It's still a great time to always buy and look at your mortgage options. But again, the biggest thing is with any client that we're meeting, it's their comfort and their lifestyle that's most important, and then the recommendation follows based on that.
Awesome. So if you were a first-time buyer and you're looking to buy your first home, you're preparing, what's your best advice for those people? Well,
I mean, first-time home buyer, the first thing you want to do is you get your mortgage pre-approval done.
Yeah.
That's the first and that's probably the most important thing. Understanding what your purchasing power is and what your cash flow will look like with this mortgage. And then, I mean, my job as a mortgage specialist is to not only give you a mortgage pre-approval and do your mortgage, but to dig deeper as well too and analyze your cash flow. And say, okay, well, this is what your monthly payment is. It's X. But have we factored in cable, internet, home insurance, life insurance, car insurance? Can you still live or have a good lifestyle or maintain your previous lifestyle after you make this transaction?
Right.
I mean, the last thing you want is to buy that dream home or that forever home, but have a lawn chair in your living room. That's exactly it. Right?
Exactly. I mean, being house poor is no way to live. Right?
No.
And you're stuck there.
And that's exactly. I mean, I can tell you, my first home I bought. It might have overextended myself a little bit, and it was a great life lesson that, not exactly just because, your mortgage advisor or mortgage broker might pre-approve you for X doesn't mean
you should go there.
Exactly, right? And that's the value of working with someone like yourself, right? You'll make sure that they don't overextend themselves and they are happy and comfortable.
And work closely together, right? So what I find is it's really important to find kind of almost a team, right? Like make sure that if you hire, whether it's the realtor first or the mortgage broker first, that they have a good working relationship with the corresponding partner. Just because there's times that I call George at 9 o'clock at night because we've got an offer on the table and we've got to make some quick decisions, right? And George is always available. So and it helps guide the customer to purchase within affordability and put them in a place that's comfortable, right? So it is really.
I mean, and that's the other thing. I mean, working with someone like myself and yourself. I mean, our phones are on 24/7.
Yeah.
So the customer service piece and being there for your client, I mean, that's huge. Because
Yeah.
to your point, you're putting an offer in Friday night, 9 o'clock. Yes, the client is pre-approved, but there might be a change.
Or, I mean, there's different things like condo fee, for example.
Exactly.
Right? So you might be pre-approved for $350, but the condo fee is $150 more expensive than you were pre-approved for. Having that ability and that communication is critical.
Right, and the ultimate lines of communication between someone like yourself and myself.
Yeah.
I mean, when I meet with a client, yes, okay, you are pre-approved for X. There are some variations and
Yeah.
some leeway with certain aspects of your pre-approval. I mean, the recommendation is you stay within those parameters, but sometimes it doesn't always work out.
Exactly.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, us working together, we have open lines of communication that
Yeah.
better suit and help the client.
Yeah. So, do you see interest rates going up again, and would you say that now is a really good time to get pre-approved?
I mean, the speculation is that interest rates will go up again. It is a rising interest rate environment. I mean, it's always a great time to get pre-approved, but more so now than ever with the rising interest rate environment.
Right.
With RBC, we do lock in your interest rate for 120 days.
That's huge.
Yeah, and so you have the comfort of knowing that, okay, this is what my interest rate is. It will not change for 120 days. And go from there, right? So you are protected from interest rate risk.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, George, thanks so much for coming today. Really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, if you're looking to get pre-approved, give George a shout. I'm going to put his information at the end of this video. And we'd love to work with you. Take care.
All right, thanks.